Hey everybody, hope everybody's having a great night so far. Today, another 500% ripper. Man, I wish I had something like this when I started years ago, guys. 600% ripper TURB like 2 days ago. Last week was like 5,400%, 3,000, 2,000%, 1,000%. And this is just within 2 weeks, guys. I really wish I had somebody like this when I started, just guiding everybody, just trying to help people. But if you're watching this video and you're part of the team, guys, welcome to the team. Let's get it, guys. So as you see here, the team is just banking. And in this video, I'm gonna be going over some stocks that have potential as usual. Many of the stocks I talk about in my videos end up popping off, right? I talked about Open when that stock was like it was under $1, and then it just ended up ripping face, and many more stocks. So today, there's a lot of stocks to go over, but before I do that, I'm just gonna go over real quick the live stream, right? In the live stream, I announced the news very quickly, and as you see right here, I announced LASE, the news, literally very quickly, and then the team just ended up just doing great on this. This ended up ripping almost 100% after my news alert, and then the next play, CDLX, same thing. This ran a lot. I announced the news on the live stream, and then the next one, AERT, this one ran almost 100%. And then the last one, BREA, this was the one that went crazy. This one went 500%. And again, this is just a few. I do this every single day, guys. Proof is in the live stream. Proof is in the post. You could check. And this is all real. So let's get in straight with the video. So first stock for the video, guys, you have to keep an eye on SRFM. This one, Surf Air Mobility Inc. So when we're talking about SRFM, this is very interesting because they're building a software operating system for regional air mobility. They have a partnership with Palantir. If you don't know Palantir, it's pretty much one of the biggest stocks of the whole year, and they have AI-backed infrastructure, which could be a future revenue stream. This is talking about fundamentally, right, in my opinion. If you look at SRFM technical chart as well, the stock looks it's like in a really tight consolidation level. So this looks like a potential swing trader there, right? On top of that, SRFM is working on electrification and hybrid propulsion for regional aircraft. And if you watched my video yesterday, remember I talked about how when it comes to this type of sector, it's really hot this year. Remember I talked about other stocks that were around the similar price range, and then they ended up moving up several dollars a share, right? So keep an eye on SRFM. And again, everything I say every day is not financial advice. I just want to share my opinions and try to help people, right? So next stock is YAAS. This one is a software as a service SaaS company platform, right? So this is one of those micro pennies. If you watch my videos, what do you notice about these micro pennies, right? When these type of stocks that are very cheap, the stocks under 25 cents, they start to get a lot of volume. They tend to have often parabolic pushes. I mentioned ADAP, this stock today, ADAP. You can look at the chart. This stock just went berserk. It went up, I think, 130% at the peak. And look at the price it started. It started right at the same price as YAAS, right? That stock. So this is the theme. If you check my stock twist post, what did I say yesterday? I said that pennies are gonna be hot. You could check right now on my Twitter and my stock tweets. So the ADAP ended up just ripping face 130%. So YAAS, we have to keep an eye on the stock. Ideally, I want to see over 10 cent. 10-cent hold, and it can make a pretty nice move, right? So next stock we gotta watch is BREA. This one, I announced today the news, right? I released the news, and there was actually someone on the live stream that was a great help to the team, right? This person found the stock very early, and this is what I'm saying, guys. When you work with the team, and don't just work alone, it really helps a lot, because the more people are looking at something, right? It's like pretty much like, think of it like animals, right? Let's say one tiger is in the wild, and then you have, let's say, 1,000 lions. Which one is gonna be stronger, right? So it's like that. My team, we're just all trying to help each other. So we found the news very early. This was literally the beginning of the move, and this stock ended up ripping 500%. So think about that for a second. If you find something like this early, This could drastically change your whole, not even just your week, like your whole year. And again, if you're not part of the stream, I highly recommend it. So this could be beneficial for food safety and pharmaceutical, right? Because VRME offers brand protection, product authentication, serialization, and precision logistics for time and temperature sensitive goods. So VRME actually, if you look at the float, VRME is a low float as well, right? Check out the float, 9 million float, combined with the fact that it's kind of setting up on a daily chart. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this stock, definitely. Next stock is TDTH. This one is called Trident Digital Tech. So this stock actually this has an angle in the blockchain-based digital identity platform that could become valuable, in my opinion, right? When you're talking about Web3 and biometric identity systems. So this was one of those stocks that ended up running a lot recently. I think this was like 1 month ago or 2 months ago. So this is a potential multi-day setup. You have to keep an eye on that $1 level. Over that $1 level, this stock reminds me of the other stock I mentioned that ended up ripping a lot, right? That was a near dollar, ended up ripping like 80%. This was just like this week. So we have to keep an eye on this stock. Next stock is ASST. If you watch my videos, you remember I talked about ASST many times, guys. I said over and over again, this was since like $1. And then it just ended up going absolutely parabolic. And then I kept mentioning it. And then I had the merger news. And then, over and over and over. And now I mentioned again for that cap bounce idea, right? On StockTwits. And I also talked about how this stock could end up making not just a technical cap bounce, but in terms of fundamental news recent as well. So if you look at ASST, this one is the CTB is high as well as no share to borrow. And on top of that, this stock recently completed a merger, and this is one of the first publicly traded Bitcoin treasury accumulation firm. So why is that important? Why is it important that this is one of the first? Because when it comes to sectors, people gravitate towards the beginning, the main players, right? Do you guys, I don't know if people who are watching this video traded during the NFT mania, right? This was many years ago. I think this was like 6 years ago. Do you remember that time when NFT was going crazy, right? You remember that time? There was a stock called TKAT, TCAT. You remember WKey? Do you remember OCG? These NFT stock. And when this sector was popping off, why do people go to? They went to the first basket, right? The reason I'm saying this is because this treasury theme is something that has been really hot this year. So ASST was one of the first players in this game, right? So keep an eye on ASST. One bad thing about this though is that I'm hearing there's like dilution, right? And based on the price action, there is heavy selling going on. But if we look at the chart, right, over that $5 level, it's making a room for a bounce. I mean, look at the daily chart as well. It has range on the technical chart. But right now, it has to hold over that $5 level, and we could retest. We could go towards that. Go towards that 650 level, right? So we have to keep an eye on ASST in the morning time as well. So next stock for the video, guys, will be AGMH. You have to keep an eye on this, guys. This is less than 2 million float. Less than 2 million float with a significant short percent float, in my opinion, right? So AGMH filed a registration plan under the Securities Act of 1933 for employees, and this stock ended up having massive volume in the after hours. Let's pull up AGMH right now. This stock ended up just ripping face. Look at this stock. This goes from 225 to 625 in just a matter of 2 hours. That's crazy. So this stock ran almost $4, right? $5 a share. So why am I mentioning this stock? You may ask if it already ripped a lot. It ripped like 160%, 150%. It's because if you've been noticing the past couple of weeks, right? What's the theme? The theme is that these stocks that run after hours, they end up popping off in pre-market. They continue And it's not a guarantee, right? Nothing is a guarantee, but I do think that the stock over $6, it could end up ripping. So if you trade in the morning, watch the stock, guys. So I'm gonna be keeping an eye on this as well. So next stock, HKD. Who remembers HKD? This was again a couple years ago. This stock ended up just ripping face over 20,000%, right? And this was one of the leaders in the China basket. If you remember what I said just 2 minutes ago, when something goes crazy, people gravitate towards the leader. They don't go for the 10th or 20th pick, right? You know what I'm saying? I hope people understand what I'm saying. They go for the biggest one. I mean, the most popular one, HKD. This stock is in the fintech angle. On top of that, look at this daily chart. It looks kind of like an accumulation type of pattern. So HKD, I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on this stock. I added to my watch list, and we're gonna see this play out. I watched the moving average as well as currently calling over the key pivot, right? So last stock for the video, guys, is ALT, Altimmune. I made many videos on this stock. If you're new to the channel, I highly recommend you check out my older videos. And this stock has a really nice pipeline potential, in my opinion. Look at this pipeline. This stock also has partnership potential and also potential other angles when it comes to biopharma, right? Because this company is developing treatments for obesity, liver disease, and chronic hepatitis C. So ALT also, I believe, has a high short percent flow, right? When you're talking about the stock, this is also a cap bounce type of setup. So look at this for short flow. This has a lot of people shorting the short flow, right? So if this stock ends up breaking over those key levels, I do definitely see a squeeze potential for the stock, and we could start to see a really nice move, squeezing the bears, right? The key levels I want to see over right now on ALT would definitely be 425 first. That's the first level. I recommend you have an alert there or something. Watch those technical areas, right? So if you made it to the end of the video, guys, I appreciate if you like and comment. I'm just trying to help people, and the more likes I get, the bigger community gets, right? So I hope everybody has a great night, and I'm gonna be in the morning time, guys. I'm there every morning from 8 a.m. Eastern time to after hours, right? We're gonna have a good time this month and this year, in my opinion. I think this is just the start, guys. Let's get it. All right. Have a good night and sleep good, guys. All right. Good night.